If we handle everything with precision and tact, then hopefully we get the evidence we need to bring this woman in.
Everything went wrong.
We are part of a contest TV show for people that won contest. And we would like to interview you today.
Okay, so why are you wearing an FBI jacket?
Oh.
Now tell me,
Please!
where did your young ass get tickets for the Join the Thompson cruise ship?
I'm sorry. I just wanted to party with some aunties and maybe find me a sugar uncle.
This cruise is not for your goddamn demographic, bitch!
Welcome to the trap.
Get your dead body in the back.
Welcome to the trap.
Get your dead body in the back.
Welcome to the trap.
Tripping better than slipping,
Welcome to the trap.
but sometimes we be tripping.
Welcome to the trap, where we joke and rap, gut busting laughs, hand slapping laps.
Girl, slap it loud.
Get you through your day,
Get you through your day.
and it's free of cost.
I'm so cheap.
Don't you laugh too loud. Don't get fired by your boss.
File unemployment.
Welcome to the Comedy Trap House.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of the Comedy Trap House. I'm your host, Rome Green Jr. In the building with me, I got Cam.
Yerp.
I got Emmanuel.
What's up?
You know we got Mike Mendez on the boards.
Hello.
Mike,
Mike, you
turn
got
off
to
your
do
mic
that's it.
until-
That's it, Mike. You're done.
Until we get this
You're
down,
done.
just turn off
You're
the
done.
mic.
You gonna come in here with hello. What type of shit is going on here? And of course, we have a very, very special guest. Last time we seen this guy was the last podcast we did in the other studio, which was right before COVID.
And I fucking missed that
Yeah,
podcast.
you missed that
I was
one.
so mad. Everybody was
I
like,
know you
oh
did.
man, you ain't that
That's what made it good.
That's what.
That's what made it good.
That's what made it hell of
Man, fuck
You
yeah.
know, this is our resident Asian doctor in everything we have.
Consistent.
Y'all give it up for our homie, our good friend David So in the building. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? What's up, brother? How you feeling?
Good, man. I'm your guys' diversity call. That's the fucking funny shit. Y'all
It's
got black
between
people over here.
you and Tim.
That's it. That's really about it. The two fucking blackest Asians on YouTube.
I told him me and you going to do his.
Oh yeah,
He's ready to do his podcast.
This is a fucking like interracial ass
Yeah.
situation.
We got
the blacks
Mexican-
over here. We got Mexicans. We got Koreans. We
Oh
got
yeah, we here.
and the blacks finally outweigh the rest of them. Let's go, baby.
I'll tell you what, that's some good ass food.
Oh yeah. That's solid. That's solid, man. So how you been in these? We ain't seen you since quarantine. I mean, since
Good, man. I caught COVID. That was tight.
Yeah,
I fucking love that
That was
shit.
good.
Yeah.
You now did you catch it here or were you out or you?
Well, I caught it from my. Here's the shit, right? Like, so I was on this whole thing of like, yo, make sure you guys socially distance. You don't know what the fuck is happening, and that fucking Logan and not Logan Paul when he first boxed. Who the fuck did he box?
Oh, KSI.
Or some shit like that. I think
Yeah.
it was one of those boxing matches, and I got invited. I was like, there ain't gonna be a lot of people there. Bro, there was like 30 people there.
That's it.
And then the one person that gave it to me was the guy who threw the fucking party. And this dude was fucking cooking up steak and slicing it. He was like, here, you want to try this? Grabbed it with his hand and stuck it in my mouth. And I caught COVID.
He's like, hey, who wants massages? Hey, y'all.
He was white, huh?
Nah, he was Chinese. I'm not even lying,
Dog. Oh my god.
bro. Wuhan Bart. That's what I call him. That's my homie Bart. Shout out to my homie Bart, dude.
That's
Shout out to
funny.
Bart.
That's
What do
hilarious.
they call the first person that gets like the virus? Like they call them like
The super spreader? I don't know.
Oh,
what
yeah,
the fuck.
oh, yeah,
some,
That
some
was-
shit like that.
I was so pissed off at him, dude. I was so mad.
Now, but when did you realize you had like once you got like to the house or
So
like
a week after that, I started feeling all funky,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
low
yeah.
energy or whatever. And then recently, I bought like 20 little in-home kit tests. I had a hookup.
Gotcha.
Because I wanted to bring guests into the podcast.
Yeah.
But then I was moving the podcast to the house, and the lady didn't want me to bring people in without testing them.
Mm-hmm.
So I did one on myself. I read it, and I was like, "Oh, I don't have it." And then I looked at the instructions, and I was like, "Oh, I do have it." I was like, "Oh shit."
Oh, I do have it.
Blue means you have it.
Yeah, but the in-home tests aren't 100% accurate. None of them are, but
Yeah.
this one is not as accurate as if you go in and get it done for you on you, right? So I was like, okay, I'm not sure if I have it yet. I just feel a little tighter, so I went to a hotel and I booked a hotel room. for like 10 days, right? I was like, just in case, because she was freaking the fuck out. She didn't even ask if I was okay. She goes, get the fuck out.
Gotcha.
I'm like, cool.
Yeah. If you die, then I won't see you. But if you live, you come on back.
I was pissed when she said that, though, because she wasn't like, I was like, yo, I think I have COVID. She literally said, you have to leave. I'm like, the fuck? Are you okay? Are you going to die? Do you have symptoms? What the fuck? And so
all the things she would have said to you if you told her the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I kicked her in the stomach. No. But I got to the hotel room, and I was like, the first thing I thought, I shit you not, was I'm in a hotel room away from my lady for 10 days. I'm jacking off and I'm eating food.
Absolutely.
That's standard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Queued up and stuff.
You know what? That's funny you said that. We were just talking this weekend. We was like, we gotta stop being ashamed, because we was like, ain't nothing worse than you being in the middle of a jack off, and like if you got a roommate, they knock on your door and you like, hold on, we say, you know what? You guys just start calling out or send a message. Hey fellas, I'm about to be masturbating for a little bit, so I need you to do not disturb me for a little while.
See, but the thing is, people don't listen, right?
Yeah.
So you just got to let them open the door. Just let them open the door. Let them see you just come nut everywhere. And then you'll be like, now you learned your lesson.
Don't come back in here. I sent out a message.
Yeah.
It's the do not disturb jack off sign. Leave me alone.
Get a little bit on the shoes.
The funny thing about it, if you want to break from your girl from now on, you know what to do now. I got COVID.
That's what I'm gonna say.
What was your symptoms though?
So check it out. So the first day I'm there, I'm like, oh, I feel pretty fucking good. Like, nothing's wrong with me.
Yeah.
So I'm chilling. So I order this fat ass order from Fat Burger, right? I get the double cheese shit, everything.
Yeah.
I get lemon pepper wings, which they do have, and I got
They
lemon.
were so fucking black.
Did you get the milkshake?
Lemon pepper wings.
Did you
Get your black ass out of here.
Did you get the milkshake?
I didn't get a milkshake, but hold on. So I got the lemon pepper wings, I got the ranch, the fucking sauce, and everything, right? So I get my Sprite, I drink it. I'm like, they didn't put enough syrup in this shit. Whatever, I put it down. I bite the wing. I'm like, this shit ain't seasoned enough. Fuck this. Right?
This shit ain't seasoned enough.
And I'm chilling, and I take a second bite. I taste nothing. I'm like, I have COVID. I lost my fucking taste. And then, like, the room started closing in.
Didn't you film that, or you didn't? Because I remember
I filmed me eating spicy food.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
I started freaking the fuck out because that's half my joy. Was eating whatever the fuck I wanted, getting like fucking room service and chilling in this room, because you could only jack off for so long.
Yeah.
Like after the first day,
you like
I'm done. Like the libido's not the same anymore. The motherfucker wouldn't get up. He just gave up on me.
things look different.
He lost his sister Jack.
I had COVID dick. I was so sad.
His dick was like, get off me. I'm sick too.
My fucking dick just bucked at me. Bro, so after the second day, like you don't have anything. Like, I'm not jacking off anymore. I'm in this room by myself. And so I'm not even fucking exaggerating. I was on the 10th floor looking out into the street. I got so sad. I literally stared outside of that window for 5 hours until the sun went down, and just waiting for people to come by. But because it was COVID, nobody was walking by. So I just stared out the fucking window all day.
It just
Your
looks
girl
like
didn't call you for support.
No.
God damn.
No way. No, she called.
She had to call.
So I had to call her for her to
end it.
drop off some stuff here and there. But this woman, she treated me like I had like the worst disease ever. She fucking dropped it off at my door. She goes, come and get it when I'm 10 feet away.
Oh,
and
all
she
right.
just scurries off like a fucking rat.
You have leprosy.
I didn't feel love. I didn't feel protected. Nothing.
So by day 5, where were you at? Insane?
Hey, can I just say this? I cried.
Enough for that. I mean, I
cried.
I can feel that.
Like this is how I know I can't do prison. I cannot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in a hotel room.
You can't do solitary confinement.
Nothing.
But no, it just being locked in, like just
locked
into
in.
that shit.
I need sunlight. I need something. So I couldn't do shit. So I just sat there, and there was a moment I fucking teared up. I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna die here," even though I could walk out whenever I fucking want, which was so ridiculous. But there was a moment on like the 8th day where like 2% of my taste came back. And so I was FaceTiming my friends because I was so sad. And then I had this like banana yogurt that I put in my mouth, and I tasted like a little bit of it.
Like just a hint.
Fucking tears came out. Bro, and they saw me on FaceTime crying. They're like, why are you crying? I said, I could taste banana cream pie.
That shit, because it's scary. A lot of people, some people still haven't gotten their full taste back. Some people
kill
still
yourself,
haven't gotten.
dude. Just die.
It's just like
My thing is, if you can't get your taste, you just eat healthy now, like purely healthy. So
but the joy, it's the joy of it. You know what I'm saying?
The joy gone. So I might as
oh
well
man, that's tough. That's
you
rough.
gotta find love in
eat a bunch of stuff I don't like already. That's super healthy.
I ate salad and soup. I lost 10 pounds while I was in quarantine. I looked fucking nice.
COVID was the best thing to happen
to my body, because check this shit out. Like, all the stuff that you enjoy that's really unhealthy, the reason why you're okay with it is because it tastes fucking good.
It tastes good.
But when you have no taste and all the stuff that's bad for you, you feel it. It feels like shit, which is, I didn't expect that. So I was trying to eat chocolate chips. I was trying to eat this stuff, but it made me feel terrible.
So you just feeling the negative repercussions outside of the taste.
Without the satisfaction.
Yeah, the satisfaction.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
The human body is nuts, man. Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, you lose 10 pounds like easy just getting COVID. If you got fat and you had COVID, you're a piece of shit. Like, I don't know how you fucking getting fat when you don't have taste buds and shit. You fucking
that is
trash bag.
hilarious.
The fuck are you doing with yourself, dude?
So you couldn't.
I like hot dogs.
You couldn't taste or smell.
I couldn't taste or smell shit. So I got that one chip challenge chip.
Yeah, yeah.
I ate that shit, tasted nothing.
Damn.
Shocked as fuck. But that shit burned my asshole after though. So that shit,
Oh yeah, no, I can believe that.
Came out the other day.
I can believe that.
Did you cry again when you gained the weight back?
Well,
that's hilarious.
hey, I gained that shit back in 2 days. I'm not even lying.
He was eating like Goku on Dragon Ball Z. He was just fucking eating that shit.
With a hyperbolic chamber.
I ate so fucking much. It was unreal.
Because it's a different appreciation now. You like, oh yeah, I'm getting all this shit.
What's the first thing you ate when you had your taste fully back?
I had pizza.
That's good. Yeah, that's solid.
And I'm lactose. Choice. That shit was a disaster.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Delicious disaster.
Were your senses enhanced? Like, did the food taste extra? Like,
oh man, check this. So you're when my taste came back where I could kind of taste stuff, it was like maybe 50%. But I didn't know because I hadn't had taste in so long. So I went back to cooking immediately. So I went back to cooking Korean food. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna cook my lady some food, whatever, your boy's out. Like, I came out of prison.
I'm out here.
I'm out and shit, right? I'm fucking like cooking up all this other shit. I'm cooking this Korean food and I serve it to her and I'm eating it. I'm like, this is really good. She bites into the food. She goes, this is salty as hell. I'm like, shit ain't fucking salty. You don't know shit.
Yeah.
So I'm eating the food. I'm like, it tastes perfectly fine. But it was only because my taste buds weren't back 100%.
Oh, okay.
And so I knew it was salty because like 10 minutes into me fucking dissing her taste buds, I started dehydrating. like my fucking mouth was dry as fuck. I'm like, yo, this shit is salty.
This is salty as fuck.
Yeah, but it was weird, man. Like I had lower back pain. That was weird. My hips and my back started tightening up. So for the first like 2-3 days, I couldn't sleep. I had to like pretzel myself into a weird position to fucking figure out like what wasn't gonna hurt.
Treat everybody so different.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
Such a weird,
fucking prejudice ass fucking. I don't know what the fuck that shit is.
Damn, man. Listen, we're glad you're here, man. Listen,
I'm alive.
You made it through,
out.
bro.
You made it out.
Hey, and I got the shot, dude. So that shit.
Yeah, I did too.
0 side effects.
0. I had some side effects for sure.
You got fucked up?
Not fucked up, but I was feeling out of it like a motherfucker.
Where he fucked up is he got the shot, and then we watched Mortal Kombat that day, and it wasn't that good of a movie.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he
I was moving all during the movie like, man, this shit fucking sucks.
Hey, I didn't mind Mortal Kombat because I went and watched the first one before it.
The original?
The original
yeah.
from the 90s. So
yeah.
if you watch it in comparison, it's way better.
No, for sure.
Right?
I mean, yeah.
Because I didn't expect shit from that film.
Yeah.
From
the trailer
new
got me. I'm like, okay, this trailer, because I didn't expect a Mortal Kombat movie.
Is that Liu Kang and shit?
That shit sounds scary.
You know what was so weird? When I went back to watch the first film, like Liu Kang doesn't look scary or menacing at all.
No.
He looks like somebody's Vietnamese auntie. Like, he just like...
He do got that long hair too. Yeah,
like,
that's funny.
Who's he gonna save?
That's funny.
That shit was so whack. This motherfucker gotta take a shit. What's going on?
Yeah,
you gonna turn the AC
I think got a little hot.
hot back here.
Who wrote the Midnight Club up
I
there?
did.
Oh, okay. So we can move to that.
Well, fuck it. He'll join in. Do y'all remember Midnight Club?
The game.
Playing Midnight Club.
Yeah.
So, did you play that?
What the fuck is that?
It was a racing game.
I think
it was
it's
a
a club
car
for
racing
real.
game. It was on PlayStation.
Yeah, it was on
You
PlayStation.
never played that. Well, I just randomly seen it on Twitter the other day. I was like, I want to talk about it. 'Cause
Midnight
I used
Club
to
fire.
love that game. Like, it was so fire.
Midnight
it was
Club
just It was just
fire.
a racing game. And that on PlayStation. You remember Midnight Club?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was like Grand Theft.
Maybe it was
you couldn't
maybe-
get out your car.
Is that like a discount Grand Theft Auto?
That was Driver was like Grand Theft. You couldn't get out your
I used
car.
to-
But
yeah.
Midnight Club was just a
You
racing
said what?
game.
I used to play it.
You used to
Shit
play
was
Midnight
fire,
Club?
right?
But Midnight Club was like a free form. Like you could go anywhere in the city type of racing game.
Need for Speed copied that. They like did it
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Underground.
Yeah.
Oh, so I know
That shit
Midnight
was
Club.
so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. That was
So
like,
you never played Midnight Club though? Just Need for Speed.
I just never liked games.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
that,
never
that
fuck
makes
with
sense.
video games?
My brother was super into games.
Gotcha,
So
okay.
I never really enjoyed games that much, but I enjoyed watching people play games. And I think the reason why was what I'm figuring out, because of pandemic, I figured out I have like a large amount of anxiety. So games give me anxiety because I don't know what the fuck the outcome's gonna be when I'm playing this shit. You know what I mean?
based on story or just you might die.
I might die, and that shit
Gotcha.
fucks
What
me
about
up.
sports like Madden or 2K? Those
That's
type
the
of games?
worst.
Yeah, because
Gotcha,
you might lose
gotcha.
the game.
Well, you're not dying. You're just gonna lose.
Still, I don't like that shit.
Yeah, my God.
Like, there's too much uncertainty. So, like with,
Fucking
you know, like,
nerd.
But where there's uncertainty, David, anything is possible.
hey, no, this ain't no Kevin Garnett shit, dude. No, I don't believe in that shit.
Anything is possible.
That shit ruined his whole fucking NBA legacy,
It
dude.
was like after that, it went.
He's just all, he's like,
He
bro,
let
you
it
didn't
all
have to
out
do
right
that.
there.
You didn't have to do
But
that.
life is uncertain, and you turned out well.
Yeah, but I deal with crazy anxiety, man. Like I didn't realize that shit. I used to just there it is. After that, nobody respected him.
That was it.
Like I fucking figured out that all this shit that I used to deal with when I was younger, because pandemic did a couple of things. It put a mirror in front of a lot of people's
Oh, yeah.
faces.
Yeah, oh,
A
yeah.
lot of people.
You can't distract yourself with your friends, drinks, partying, so you're just stuck with yourself.
Yep.
And so when I was a kid, my dad used to beat the shit out of me because I wouldn't do certain things that he thought a man was supposed to do. Like I couldn't order food from McDonald's. It would give me mad anxiety. Like he would be like, order your own food. And I'm like, I can't do this. And this is coming from a fat boy. Like, how can you be fat but you can't order food? Like,
Was it because there was too many choices? That was what?
I
Or
don't, it's
Was
just,
it more people?
You know what it is? You can't explain like what anxiety is. You think about the
Gotcha.
stupidest shit.
It's true though.
You kind of go into this whole like thought. Like I told the story on my podcast. Like this is fucking embarrassing, by the way. So when I first moved to LA, I signed up with Full Screen, right?
Yeah.
And you know it was George and that dude's song. So when I met them at the time, nobody was signed to Full Screen. It was just me and this dude Adam Carolla, stand-up comedy, one of the biggest, whatever, right?
we were on our way.
Yeah.
We were almost.
So they took us to this this hotel out in like Santa Monica or the West Side. I'm fresh out of Sacramento. I don't know how to behave in rich people situations, right? Like the first thing that I do when I roll up, this dude opens the door for me, and I'm like, bro, don't fucking open my door. I just opened it myself.
Don't fucking open my door.
You know, 'cause I'm like, I ain't no fucking bitch.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And he's like, bro, I'm gonna lose my job. Like, don't do that. Like, I'm not even lying. I fucking get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And I go into the bathroom, and when you go into the bathroom, there's this dude standing there, and he's like handing out towels.
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
bathroom attendant.
I'm like, the fuck are you doing here?
They
man?
made me nervous too.
Well, I didn't
And-
know there was such thing as bathroom attendants.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, this dude is out here handing out towels. I'm like, yo, you fucking pervert. Get the fuck out of here. Right? And I'm like grabbing these disposable towels. Yo, this hotel, by the way, the towels, the disposable towels felt like real towels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So,
Yeah.
like, I shit you not, I grabbed like 6 of them and I stuffed them in my pocket.
I need to use these for later.
Yeah, so I grabbed them, I stuffed them in my pocket. This dude straight up told me, he goes, you don't have to do that. I'm like, you shut the fuck up. Grab some more, stuffed it in my pocket.
Yeah.
So I went down, and this is how stupid my anxiety is. This is how dumb it is when I look back at it. So I meet George, and he goes, hey, I got us a couple of things to eat. He goes, I got us a charcuterie board. And let me tell you something. At that time, didn't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah.
But you know what I said? I said, I love charcuterie.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
I eat it all the time.
Yeah.
This is my favorite. I charcuterie
Yeah.
yesterday. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So I sat there, and then I'm looking at this shit, and I'm like, yo, how the fuck do you eat this? My anxiety is going crazy right now because I don't want him to know.
Because it's just a plate of shit. It's
Yeah,
a smorgasbord of
And
things
you just don't
going
want
on.
people to know you don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
And you know what it is too? Like, I don't know if it's because I grew up around like black people.
Yeah.
You don't want white people to know that you don't know white people shit.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, I know white people shit. I know what the fuck that is, right? But I didn't want him to know that I didn't know white people shit.
Yeah.
So I'm getting all nervous. He goes, oh, dig in. And I look at him like, You dig it.
Yeah, you go first.
Because I want to see how he builds his fucking shit. Because I don't know how to make this stuff.
You like it's like you at Subway. You try to figure out.
Because I don't know how you're supposed to eat this stuff.
Yeah.
He goes, no, you eat this. And in my mind, I'm like, nah, bitch, you fucking eat it first. Because I don't know how to deal with this shit. I'm freaking the fuck out. And it's not a big situation. It's just crackers and cheese.
Fucking
cheese. So choice is a lot for you.
Something like that. And so I said,
hilarious.
he's like, we're like doing this chicken. Right? And I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And my fucking ghetto ass, I turned that shit into a Lunchable. Like, I got 2 crackers. I 6 inches high, bro, like this, right? And I'm just over here trying to eat that stuff. And I see this dude, he gets 1 cracker, puts like jam and a ham on it.
That's
I'm
it.
like, you fucking idiot. You fucking, and that shit ate me up inside.
You just feel like everybody saw you do that.
This
too.
motherfucker knows you're poor now. Like, I knew it. Oh, I was so fucking mad, dude.
And I feel you on that bathroom attendant stuff because you don't know. I don't need you to necessarily help me, but I also want to take your peppermints.
No, the pressure is tipping. It's like the pressure is tipping. So like if you see someone else washing their hands, you try to go around and wash yours real fast to get up out of there.
They be looking at you. He be like,
nah, because he's dealing with him. So if you get in there quick enough, you can get up out of there.
Some of them be quick. They be having. Where you going? Where you going?
No, I love to tell them no.
You just know.
Just no.
And
then
just
you see them
can.
like, oh. You always see that because they try to play the little like, but I need this, bro. And I'm like, nigga, you don't even work for this building. You ran in here and just started handing people towels, and now you expect
That's
tips.
a hustle. It's definitely a hustle because I don't need you in here, man. Like it's a lot going on right now. Get out of here.
I was gonna ask you, did you ever get to the stem of it though?
Oh, yeah,
like where it stems from.
I just fucking do CBD now.
Gotcha.
I just fucking take a CBD thing and I just ignore it.
Yeah. I feel him. I had that same for a long time. I had that same feel, especially when we first got out here. Because when we get agents and managers and shit, especially in Hollywood, the first thing they try to throw out all these names at you. And when they start throwing white people's names around that are supposed to be, I guess, in comedy or YouTubers, they're like, oh, Matt Shinnings is going to be doing it. You know about Matt Shinnings, right? Who the fuck is Matt Shinnings? I'll be like, yeah. And then they start, oh, you saw his last program on oh, yeah, that was good. Oh, you know that one joke about the, and then next thing we meet Matt Shinnings, and I'm like, who the fuck is this?
I don't know who Matt Shinnings is.
I hate that. I hate the fact that I always go, yeah, I know him. I hate myself when I do that. Shit. When it comes out of my mouth, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
But it's just a natural, like when you're in conversation, it's kind of natural. They be like, yeah, so you remember so and so, and they be like, yeah, no, I remember. I don't know why. I don't know why. Instead of just saying, no, I don't watch him. Or no, I don't know who.
It's Hollywood.
You gotta
shit,
work
though.
on that.
They love name dropping. They love name dropping people that they feel that you should know because they're in the know of what Hollywood is. Right? So they'll say a director's name like Matt Shablogowski. It's like you know Peter Wickwakowicz.
Wicker Wakowitz. He did that last joint with that,
like his short film work. Amazing. Before he did the major stuff, his short film work was, and I just bullshit this stuff so well now. They don't even fucking know.
They don't know.
We both don't know. We're just saying shit together.
No, but you did good today though. Because I asked you, do you know Midnight Club? You said no.
Yeah, that's true.
He kept it real.
I'm comfortable.
He comfortable here.
He straight up no.
Around the whites, you know what I'm saying? It's like make this. You know what it is? You think, and this is fucked up, but expressing to them that you know these things and relating to them is a way of a way to get to the bag somehow. You feel like if you don't somehow relate, sometimes it'll ruin the connection to the bag. And I think that's why a lot of times
it'll ruin your wire transfer.
You play those games or whatever. But honestly, the best times that like I've actually genuinely fuck with some white people has been when I just kept it real.
Yeah.
That's when I found the best, cool people. So
yeah, it's like you feel like they're gonna get into a room afterwards and be like, I love his artwork and I love everything he does, but he didn't know Matt Wishwash going to work.
I can't believe he didn't know Matt Wishwash.
Flip it on him. Do you know Wacotron? Look at their face.
Do you know Wacotron?
Right. Look at their face. They're gonna be like,
I made Ghostface Killer yesterday. You know
him?
Oh, I love Ghostface. It's my favorite game. It's my favorite game. I love it.
Oh, that bear scene in Ghostface.
It do sound like a first-person shooter game. Ghostface Killer.
The only thing that gives me anxiety though is time. Yeah, like I hate being late. Like I'm very time conscious. So say we come do your podcast, I'm gonna be on time, and if I'm starting to be late, I may have to call you like, hey, something happened, it's an accident, because I was going to be on time.
You know, this is the first time I showed up on time in a whole 2 years. Like, I'm not even.
You always show up on time for us.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you be on time.
You a guy. I'm not worried. Like, when I told you yesterday, I don't even have to check in with him today.
He gonna be.
If you was a girl, I would have called. Hey, just a reminder.
There's nothing that gives men more anxiety than you planning a date or something with a girl, and then the day of the date, you hear your phone go off. You be like, she about to cancel.
There's no reason she should be hitting me right now. Like, you hit me an hour before.
She about to cancel.
Is it like that with you with the, like girls and you know on your podcast and stuff? I saw you had one with the chick from OnlyFans.
You know what
did
it is,
she show
man?
up early?
She did.
She did? All right. Okay.
Or did she come late?
Oh. You know, she don't even fucking show titty or nothing, bro. It's just feet.
Oh yeah, that
I mean,
foot fetish, man.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. We ain't doing it right.
We ain't. No,
we're not doing it.
If I showed you what she rolled up in, I wanted to kill myself.
I believe it.
And then she was like, "Hey, I was a big fan of you when I was a kid." I'm like, "You what? Look at how you're living, dude.
Yeah.
Look at your feet.
She spreads her toes. That's what she does. That's
that
it.
shit is crazy, though. They be getting bank. They be getting bank.
Have y'all thought about opening up your OnlyFans?
And show
yeah, we
what,
talked about it on here.
You guys gonna do it?
Yeah, well, no, we talked about what would we really show except like jack off sessions or something like with comedy in the middle.
I don't know. Can you show like side dick?
Like that's what we said. Side dick
balls, like bottom
yeah,
balls.
we said we could do some balls, maybe put some characters on both testicles and play with them.
You can only get a piece of it. Like, you can only get head or shaft or balls. Like you can only
show them when I'm manscaping. Like what you don't want? And promote manscape at the same time.
Make a little acting scene, Shala Nut or something like that.
It could be like an ASMR, shaving your
there you go.
You know what I'm saying?
ASMR ball shaving. This podcast is sponsored by Manscaped.
There
It is.
There you go. See, that's how it works out.
First OnlyFans is featuring David. So
You're gonna be mad disappointed.
Well, since we on it, hey man, make sure y'all get your Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. Listen, if you want to do your ball OnlyFans and you do your ball ASMR, this is the perfect time to use Lawnmower 4.0, man. Listen, it's got everything you need. You got your ball trimmer, you got your ball deodorant, you got the whole package, so you can rub the lotion in your hand and then rub it on your pubes, and it might sound like a little greased up forest or something. Come on, get your lawnmower.
Greased up forest.
Lawnmower 4.0. Make sure you use code DT. We're not sure what type of hair you got. Even if you got coarse hair, like the African Americans most of the time, I don't know if you got like straight edge. Like
my shit's straight as fuck. You can put a rat tail comb through it super easy.
Oh yeah, if you got that David pube, you gonna go right through that thing. It's gonna be good to go, man.
One swipe.
One side. It's all gone.
Do you need a kit? We have plenty here.
We got plenty of kits. You know what I'm saying?
I would love it.
Come on, listen. We giving out kits right here.
We giving out
kits for your dicks out here, man. Lawnmower 4.0. Use code DT. Get you some of that. All right, cool.
Real quick, can I shout out some people? The Comedy Trap House podcast, the CTH podcast, Cash App. Some people donated. Want to show some appreciation. Almost Ogala, Jake from State Farm.
Okay,
it's good to see he's on
Jake
there.
from State Farm. Thank you, dog.
Xavier Lowe, Zachary Bolds, Danielle Denise. Danielle's our homegirl.
What up, Danielle?
Y'all go follow her online.
I've been on her podcast. Go to her podcast.
She got ass and titties out, so go send her some dick pics.
She has OnlyFans.
Send her some dick pics. Short love. Sherman Elliott and my man. Just Rick. Appreciate
my man said, "Hey, just Rick."
Your friend signed up to your guys' Patreon or something?
No, donated. That's for our cash app because we gotta pay our Mexicans here that are working.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we follow the law.
Can I say something though?
That's fun.
I didn't always.
Labor laws.
Before you, there was a Juan here.
Juan gone.
Juan gone.
Oh shit.
One of the things that I've noticed a lot is Danielle. Well, she got two first names. I don't want to assume her ethnicity.
Yeah.
Is she black?
Yes.
Yeah. That's her middle. Denise is her middle name. Danielle's her first name.
Okay, so that's her alias.
Yeah.
So black people support black people really well. Like when they fuck with somebody, they put their money where their fucking mouth is.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is something that a lot of people don't do.
Especially over the pandemic. It was a big boost over the pandemic with like small black businesses and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
too.
I think like that's what I noticed a lot, right? Because I'm not talking about fans, but I'm talking about personal friends. Like they go, "Oh, you got something? I'm gonna make sure everybody knows who you fucking
Gotcha.
are. And I don't think I see that a lot in the Asian community. I don't know what that's about.
Let me flip that, because me and Rome always saying Asians support each other.
That's what I be feeling
when
like.
I look at from the outside looking in, when I look at, I'm just talking about, or at least entertainment.
Yeah.
All y'all know each other. And when I see y'all interact, it looks like it's all love, and like y'all all come together to do projects. I'm like, they be supporting.
Ever since what's that channel back in the day?
Oh,
They had all-
did we do a video with them?
Yeah, we did.
What was that?
I think
I forgot that
you
channel.
did some videos with them too.
It was like a.
They blew up early on.
I can't even remember.
Like a big company.
I can't even remember.
Full of Asian people.
88 Rising?
No, that's new shit. It's like
It was something older. But yeah, go ahead though.
Yeah, but like I think like when we see each other, we're very friendly or whatever. But in terms of like reposting people's stuff, like showing people, like talking about them on other platforms and stuff, I don't see it as much, right? I don't know if that's because we're shy or some shit, but like I've noticed that a lot more recently. So I started bringing on guests who I like, who are Asian American that people don't know. Because I watch this shit all the time. But for some reason, I don't shout them out. I'm like, how come I don't do this? So I'm like, I always tell them
better.
Like I tell them face to face, like, yo, I hope you make it big, and if I gotta help you, let me know. And then I go home and I don't do shit. I'm like, what kind of fucking trash behavior is this stuff? You know?
Maybe all you have anxiety.
Maybe
Maybe never talking like this is why we don't come together. We all have anxiety. If we cure this, we'll take over.
But that's dope. It's kind of cool to see like somebody you personally know doing that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
It's really dope.
amazing.
Really
Yeah.
dope.
I think it's about what you put out, because all my personal friends, like I supported her OnlyFans. I tweeted the link out and everything.
I was like, I've been watching the jacking off.
I didn't subscribe, but I supported it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, let me ask you
what
this,
put out.
coming off of that topic, because of the Asian community. So there was a big thing in the black community where we didn't talk about this a couple weeks ago, but a bunch of black women wore their bonnets to an airport. Okay, this was a big thing because people were, you know, there's a stereotype that it doesn't look good, it's trashy, it might be, you know, you're supposed to wear that at home as pajamas, basically, for your head. And people were going back and forth about it. But what is it in Asian or Korean culture that would be the Korean bonnet? What is the equivalent to that? Do you guys have
Korean
something that
bonnet.
like, hey, it's not good to wear that out, or this doesn't look good in public, only amongst us type of thing? Is there anything like that for y'all?
I mean, I don't think Asian people have, because it's a very like demure culture, right? Like you kind of keep to yourselves, you kind of like hustle on the low, and then you do like, we're not very expressive in that type of way. Or I feel for like most Korean people, right? Like you always want to be presentable based on like societal standards. Like for example, like when I went to South Korea, I was at the airport, I was in flip-flops, shorts, and a shirt. People thought I was homeless. Like they were literally looking at me like, who the fuck is this guy? And why would you walk out in public like that? You need to learn how to be presentable.
Gotcha.
Because like even when they go to on a fucking 12-hour flight, they look nice. Like they're not comfortable. They're not
Suited
in
and
flip flops.
booted.
They're not in any of that shit.
You know what? Now I think about it, I don't think I've seen
So if you had
too many
on,
comfortable.
say you had on shoes like you have now, would it be acceptable or no?
It would be
Still.
more acceptable than what I was wearing. Like
Gotcha.
because I dress like shit. Like after I got a fiance, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't fucking
Like who you trying for? Yeah,
exactly. Like
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fucking put the stick in me. I'm fucking good. Put the stick in me. Like, I'm fucking good. So like I don't think there's anything equivalent to that, right? It's just like I feel like Asian people don't want to cause like too much trouble, which is why we talk about the whole Asian attack thing.
Yeah.
They don't report stuff to the police because they don't want to cause any trouble. They don't want to be a nuisance. So I don't think there is that equivalent.
But is there a section? So there's no section of, let's say, Koreans that are maybe not even from America necessarily, but in Korea that it's like their version of ghetto. Like they're kind of ghetto. Those Koreans.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of Asian ghetto, right? Like you see a bunch of articles like this. So during this time, and people can correct me if I'm wrong out there. I don't want to miseducate people, but there were, and this is personal information that I got from people from mainland China, right? So there are these people who were allotting a lot. They have a lot of land, like villages that have a lot of land, and the government would buy their land. And all of a sudden, these people who live in villages were millionaires overnight because they would sell this land, and they would all come up, and they're sending their kids or whatever to the States or other parts. And there were video articles of people just shitting in the middle of the floor because that's how they did in the village. Right?
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah.
People were shitting in malls
in
and
the
stuff.
middle
too.
of the
Exactly.
floor.
Yeah.
There was a video that had me dying. Yo, this lady had her kid shit in the plane. She's laid out a newspaper on the seat and said, here you go.
That's wild.
Come on, man.
So, in everybody else's perspective, they're like looking at these people like these guys are fucking animals. So it's not even that. It's just this is how they lived. Yeah. They literally became rich overnight. Their standard of what they were doing before is just different. And so people have to explain to them. Like people, and it's not like, here's the funny shit too, right? When people look at that, it's not like the other people on the plane were like, of course. No, they were like, yo, the fuck are you doing? So everybody in the airplane's like, the fuck are you doing? But people have this odd perception when they see that, they go, oh, all these Asian people. It's like, no, it's just them.
And I seen that whole bonnet thing, but I'm like, you in the airport, I wear my do-rag in the airport. That's my bonnet. That's my male bonnet. My do on.
Okay. Do you think that's presentable? Like, do you think for yourself? But do you think like our culture accepts it?
I think it's a generation thing because my parents wouldn't accept it.
Yeah, maybe
they're gonna look
parents,
at it like, nah. They never like me wear do-rag out the house or anything. But our generation, we grew up. with that,
you get comments on your do-rag. And they go, oh, that's a nice silky do-rag you got on. I appreciate it. True. You know what I'm saying? So but if I see a group of black women in the airport with their bonds, I'm like, it's the air. Like a lot of times. I'm either traveling early morning anyway, so I'm like, people be in pajamas, they be in flip-flop. I don't give a fuck.
But people don't know about black people hair though.
That's true.
They don't know
that's also
shit
true.
About it.
The work that goes into that.
Yeah,
like,
that's
the conversations you could have with somebody and them even something small like this. Can I touch your hair?
Yeah.
Like, bro, can I touch your fucking hair? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you saying right now?
Can I kick you in the dick?
Well, and the weird thing is like my fiance, she never grew up with black people at all. So it's
where she grew up?
She grew up in Diamond Bar, all Chinese, all Korean, all white. That's it.
Wow.
Right? So when she met my friend, she looked at him and she was like, oh, can I touch your hair? And I looked at her like, the fuck? I was like, you ain't fucking, no, you can't touch his hair. She was like, why? I was like, can he run his fingers through your hair? She goes, oh.
You're right.
I was like, exactly. But it's just this idea, like people don't understand. Like, here's what I love too. This is the funniest shit. Have you guys watched How to Get Away with Murder? With Viola Davis?
Yeah. Well, not me. Not fully, but I've watched some episodes.
So one of the things that I really liked about the show, which I didn't know was a big deal, like in articles, because I just started watching the show, was when Viola Davis, after she was done being a lawyer and she was at home, she took her wig off. She didn't have a wig on, and that's how it normally is. They don't like black women don't have their hair like that 24/7. And other people who don't know that these are hair pieces, they think that their hair's how did you get your hair like that? It's a fucking wig, bitch. But that was the cool thing about that show. They like Viola Davis, whether it was her input or not, she got the show like, yo, this is me without makeup when I'm at home. This is what my hair is.
Well, isn't it a Shonda Rhimes show? Right?
I think so. Yeah.
That's a black woman.
I don't know if it is.
That
Viola Davis is the star.
Well, I was saying the creator of it.
Could be. I'm not sure.
And watching it with some other people, they're like, oh, that, like, her hair's back to, like, how come her hair's like, because that was a wig.
right.
And then every episode, like, she would have a different hair because it was a different wig. And in the very last episode, when she was going up to court and she was going to present who she was because she got into some shit, she had her wigs lined up. She goes, am I going to wear my wig or are people going to see who I really am? And she had just her natural hair. People don't know that shit. They're just like, oh, they just have a different hairstyle. It's time to do that hair. It's like, nah, they bought it. It's a wig. This is what it is,
Yeah, so it's like the bonnet protects. You got to protect the head. You got to protect your wig, man. You got to keep shit tight. So, but it's just interesting.
There's a bunch of Chinese moving to Africa, and in like 20 years, there's a bunch.
Why?
Because they want to take over Africa, pretty much.
They
launching like Chinese and like Nigerian satellites. Why Chinese Nigerians?
Fucking the two loudest talking cultures in one area, bro. Are you fucking kidding me?
Did you see there was a fight online because a lot of the Chinese they're putting money into Africa, a lot of African countries, and they're building up their infrastructure. But a lot of them are sending their they're contractors to work with African workers, right? And they're not getting along. It's like there's a big thing like brewing on social media. And a video drop. Look this up, Mike. I don't know if you could pull it up, but there's a video of this African dude and this Chinese man yelling at and they start busting out fight. You saw it?
Bro, I didn't see that, but I gotta watch that.
Sounds funny.
This African man drop kicked him. I was like, and the Chinese man was yelling, he was saying, I'll fucking kill you. And then the Chinese man ran and grabbed a pole and was chasing the African guy around. It was a lot.
I gotta move to Africa, bro. This is too much material. This is amazing.
You can write a whole script over it.
And both of them were trying to curse at each other in English.
Exactly.
Like, it's the worst thing ever, dude. If you see like an Asian person who doesn't speak English try to curse, it's the funniest thing ever. It's crazy because they still don't understand what words mean. So when they just say a bunch of random curse words, like so when I was in Sacramento, there was this time. Oh man, oh is that the video?
Oh yeah. Look at this.
Oh,
he kicked.
Oh,
look at him.
He going
around him.
He said,
Leave him. He's on record. Hey.
Bro, he tried to spear him.
Yeah, he tried to spear him.
Leave him.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hey, not to be hella racial, but this is the funniest fucking video I've ever seen.
I was laughing at this for like an hour yesterday.
That's all I've seen. I've never seen like the full thing.
This is so funny.
It's so
funny.
You know why it's fucking funny? It's because the African dude kung fu kicked him, but the Asian dude African speared him. Bro, that's the most funniest racial coincidence I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
That's real. That's
Oh my God, man.
I'm gonna show you.
Yes.
I'm gonna show you how to do this kung fu
Yes.
shit.
Because at the end of the day, we all watch kung fu movies.
He said, "I'm gonna show you what I learned since I moved here." He said, "I'm gonna show you what I learned since you moved here."
He jumped and said, "Kung Pao."
That's funny.
That's a beautiful moment.
Yeah,
What is an African trying to speak Chinese? Sounds like
That sounds crazy.
Mandarin?
Oh,
Ooh,
that's gonna
that'd be
happen.
crazy.
That
You're
sounds
gonna hear a
crazy.
mix of both when they start having kids with each other.
But let me tell you, they are gonna have some of the baddest bitches coming out of Africa. 2050, I'm
yeah,
telling you,
2050
the
is gonna be
baddest
crazy.
Half Asian, half black girls just everywhere. in Africa.
It's funny. Every country has like their different Asian. Like I'm Bahamian, so I was just in Bahamas, and I didn't even know this. My cousin took me to this park, and there was all these Filipinos
Yeah.
just playing basketball. I'm talking about
That should sound
balling. I'm
funny.
like,
But you know,
I'm just looking at it. I'm not like they can't play
Yeah,
basketball, but I'm like, he like, yeah, it's a huge population here. I like, but I never seen them when I go to the
That's
island.
funny.
but you know, like Filipino people are like our black Asians.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like in terms
Yeah.
of like everything that they like.
They the
it's-
hood rats. They the hood rats. I've hung out with some Filipinos.
They were
Women,
playing on that
turning
court.
up.
They were doing that, then some were just doing like some stretching. I don't know what they were doing, but I didn't know that. He said all of them come there to take the nursing positions because everyone in Bahamas try to go to the U.S.
Of course, they're going to be
So
nurses.
for, he said
people.
for them,
that's
he have a
hilarious.
friend. He said we come because this is a better life for us. I'm like, oh,
Could you guys move to another country and just start a new life?
depends where.
I think so. Yeah.
India.
I think only
India?
because my parents in the military, so I feel like I could do that because I've been doing.
Oh,
it.
you mean like really? Can we do it, or are we willing to do it?
Or can you do it?
And I think I could
It
do it.
depends what country. I would love to live out of the country for a little bit.
Baghdad, let's go.
Slow down, David.
I want to go to Israel right now.
Right now, during this hard time.
I can't wait to go to Tel Aviv when I can.
yeah.
Just been demonetized.
But I do want to live like in Bahamas 2 months or 3 months out the year when I can. You know, when I had to have a house out there.
I think island life is a little easier to do.
And so I can't picture I look at my parents who just moved. They moved to this country. They didn't know the language, and they somehow figured this shit out.
Yeah.
I know the language, and I still haven't figured shit out
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
It blows my mind how the fuck they did
Yeah,
this.
man, real talk.
That
Because
is tough.
my mom's, you know, I'm half Ethiopian, so my mom came here.
Snobby,
when
I
she
could
was
tell,
like,
dude. That's
yeah,
why.
yeah. Knows all
Snobby
that.
ass Ethiopians. Y'all think you're so much better.
Hey, we come here with gold and foreheads.
Nobody
bro.
enslaved us. You guys don't USA shit.
Did they have how many siblings do you have?
I have one brother.
Did they have him before they moved, or is all
we're all immigrants.
okay?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's like I feel like just for that better life, you gonna figure it out. Like if this is better, I'm gonna figure
But
it
what
out.
David's saying, he not going nowhere else to figure shit out.
Absolutely.
Your kids gonna have to suffer. Y'all gonna suffer. We ain't moving.
Bro, I got anxiety. I ain't going nowhere.
Where I can't speak the language? Oh no, that's gonna be tough
I know
for you.
myself.
So do you like to
That's
travel?
hilarious.
Do you like to travel, or
See, I love traveling though. Like it's
Yeah.
weird because I deal with anxiety, but I also sometimes need to be in a place where I'm not comfortable because it gives me good perspective.
Gotcha.
Right. So like I figured out early, like traveling wasn't an option for me. Like when you broke, like who the fuck
Yeah,
travels?
yeah, yeah.
You know, like you go to like I don't know, like in California, you go to Yosemite or the desert
Yeah,
or some
yeah, yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You know, But going outside and traveling was something that was the best thing that ever happened to me because it showed, like, number one, like, life isn't that bad. You know, as a church kid too, like you go to these Mexico mission trips and you see these kids and how they live, and then you kind of have this perspective on your life. When I was a youth pastor, right, I remember we took.
It's still funny. It's always funny every time you say it.
The matter of factness of him saying that, is just so funny.
When I was a fucking youth pastor, we took these kids, and I was a youth pastor in the area, and these kids were pretty well off, right? And you could tell that they're well off because there's like certain stages when you go on missionary trips, right? When you go on these mission trips, Japan is the last place that you go, right? But like there's like baby steps. It'll be to like Arizona where there's these Native American areas that you're going to help fix up and donate your time to. Then you go to Mexico, Tijuana. So I took these kids to Arizona, and these bitches were fucking soft as fuck, man. They just crying like, oh my God, I can't believe people live like this. This is Arizona, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Oh, I hated these kids, man. Oh my God, I was this close not to. I was going to leave my faith because of these kids. Like, these kids would complain, but they didn't have perspective outside of where they lived. They needed that shit. Like, doing stuff for other people without expecting something in return was a foreign thought to them. They just didn't understand because everything was given to them. And I was trying to tell these kids, like, bro, this is nothing. We're just rebuilding a home for these people.
Yeah.
That's it. If I took you to Tijuana in Mexico, dude, there was a moment I remember I cried because this kid, I was scared because there's a bunch of stray dogs everywhere, and I'm like, rabies, and I'm like fucking trying to dodge these dogs, and this kid literally grabbed my hand. He goes, what are you scared of when God is there to protect you? And I went, balls, bro. I was like,
that'll get you.
Not shit.
Yeah.
These kids, it's not all kids, but like when you're very rich and affluent and you have nothing to worry about except for, I don't know what the fuck you're gonna eat tomorrow because you don't know what your parents are gonna buy you. It's a different world out there. So I don't know.
Or if you got shit on the floor of a plane.
I'm not gonna lie. If you made a scripted show about you being a youth pastor, that would be one of the funniest things.
That'd be pretty funny.
Because it's such a juxtaposition. So you a youth pastor and you that I know and love, that just don't mesh. It'll be hilarious.
I'm currently writing. So not only was I a youth pastor, the Korean American church experience is the weirdest fucking thing ever. Like, it's fucking full blown retarded.
Gotcha.
Like, that's what it is. And I talk
Gotcha.
about all these stories on my podcast, and I don't realize how ridiculous they are until I start telling them because I'm in it. Like, there's like everybody has church scandals, right? Because and the funny thing is about like Christianity, no matter what culture or race you in, we have similar church scandals. Like, there's always the fucking random pianist girl that's running away with the pastor. I don't know why the fuck that always happens in every fucking church, right? There's like I'll tell you guys.
Except for Catholic Church, is a boy pianist.
Well,
or a boy pianist.
Just a fucking priest praying over the fucking boy only touching his shoulders. It's like everybody else needs to be blessed.
That's just funny.
What denomination was your church?
So I grew up in a Presbyterian church, and then we went non-denomination after my dad opened up his own church.
Got you.
Yeah, because I guess my dad didn't like the hierarchy. Because there's like weird hierarchies in churches, right? Like when you're in, whether you're Baptist or Presbyterian, like in ours we have elders. They decide it's literally politics inside a church about who gets to say what, how much people get paid,
which is crazy,
and it's nuts, right? And so, like, let me tell you this. So we used to have these retreats, of course, right? We go on these retreats and then we start praying together. We do all this other shit. Well, guess what? People who go to retreats are also scumbags, so people be fucking. So
people be fucking.
You know, they be fucking in the name of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, and there's these guys, we call them church oppas. Oppas means like, is what a younger girl calls an older guy. Oppa.
Okay.
So these church oppas. So what they do, they prey on these young women. Where they pray for them, they go, "Oh, I can see that you're hurt and blah 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 blah. You know, I'll be your shoulder to cry on because I'm trying to fuck. You know, but they're not. But
my shoulder got a dick on it. So
just open your mouth and pray. So they would, and I used to hate these scumbags, but they would be at these church retreats all the fucking time. Well, there was this one dude I specifically remember because I hate his fucking guts. Still hate him. I'll slap you. This dude,
I'll slap you.
This motherfucker, dude. So. There was another girl that was there, and she was, you know, he was being the church oppa, praying for her, whatever, putting her hands on her shoulders and her titties, whatever. And he fucks her at the retreat. Well, guess what? The leaders found out, and word was going around the church. And so my dad had to step in because he was one of the elders, and he took his parents aside. He goes, hey, something is happening right now with the church, and your son basically had sex with this girl at the retreat, and she's underage, and he's like 19, 20. She was 16.
That's some scumbag,
some scumbag shit, right?
Yeah.
And so their parents, of course, in their response was like, fuck you to my dad. He was like, my son would never do that. And it was like this whole thing at the church. So he said, so my dad got sick of it. He goes, you know what? I'm done with this church. Like, I took you aside to help you out so you could talk to your kid before it gets to the other elders.
Yeah.
He starts going on this tirade saying like, blah, 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 like, this is not my son. They eventually leave the church because it was true. He fucked this 16-year-old girl. There's some crazy shit that happens in
Wow,
the church.
man.
Like,
That's crazy.
I just got one question. While he was hitting it from the back, where he's saying, call me Opa. Call me Opa.
But he wasn't an elder though, so
he was just one of the church leaders, like the church.
Gotcha.
There's all these weird demon possession stories at the church that we had.
Did y'all speak in tongues?
Bro, let me tell you something.
What is Korean tongues?
My fucking fiance is the funniest person ever, bro. I call her my sitcom wife. So her mom is hyper religious, right? Like, she believes in the Lord to the max. Every time she sees me, she goes, in the blood of Jesus, in a Korean accent.
So she ain't gonna like the dances I'm doing at the reception.
Absolutely not. She's not invited. In the blood of Jesus. Every time she sees me, she says the same thing. She goes, you have a lot of anger in the blood of Jesus. And she puts her hand on my fucking head and prays for me, right? Because she thinks I'm a sinner. It's very true. So
So she don't know your youth pastor.
She doesn't know that.
That's
So her fucking, my fiance is so fucking funny, and her mom is so convicted by the Holy Spirit. One day she looked at her daughter, my fiance, and says, you could speak in tongue. I know you can. And then she's like, nah, I can't. Yeah. And then her mom, she goes, I know, like, God has anointed you. He has blessed you. You could speak in tongue. And then her mom, in the most, this is what I'm saying, like, Korean, like, culture and shit mixes, she goes, if you speak in tongue, I'll give you $100. Bro. As if that's how God anoints you, right? And so, like, my fiance
this blessing.
looks at her mom and goes, like,
now here's your $100.
She starts faking the funk with her eye open and shit. Just how about that? And then she gives her $100. So anytime she wanted money, she would just pretend like she's praying in tongues.
That is so
every time you tell your stories, I know your background, like how you say your parents, what they used to have to work, like. You got to have a show.
Yeah.
Because first, there's going to be a lot of people that can relate to your story, but there's going to be a lot of people that don't know the Korean culture like that and be exposed to all
that
this.
Shit's hilarious,
the funniest shit.
It's weird, man.
His whole life is funny.
There was only two options, either comic or serial killer. I didn't have much choices.
Much wiggle room.
It was like, even like that whole experience, right? Because I feel like the biggest difference and the reason why my life was so fun was because my father was a pastor and how he viewed people. There's a lot of like Asian Americans at that time back in the day that didn't get along with black, like the black community. But because my father was a pastor, he just saw people for people. So it allowed us to be a part of this community that was really fun. So like I got to experience like the best sides of both cultures, right? Like, so that's my perspective is so different. Like I got to kind of enjoy everything. Like even like something stupid, like I would tell these stories and you don't realize how involved you are into a culture until you start telling these personal stories. Like I'm like, oh yeah, you know, every Friday and Saturday motherfuckers would bend the cardboard box and start shooting dice on it.
They're like, David, what?
Yeah, I'm like, hey yo, give me some of that tang real quick. I'm like, so what do you call it? A Capri Sun or a Capri Sun? It's a Capri Sun. You know, police or police. It's police. You know, and you don't know these things until like people start pointing it out.
Yeah.
You know, and
like, oh, why you say that? Like,
it's like that's how it's supposed to be said. Fucking white motherfucker. That's what it is, man.
And that's what makes it a great show.
Yeah. That's
like.
It would be the best, man. Like I really do want to create a show where, I mean, I just want it to be black and Asian people.
That'd be great.
It's such a funny, weird concept because of how similar the cultures are, but a lot of we can't see it.
Yeah.
Like we could just relate alone on how much our parents would beat our ass for no fucking reason. Like the fucking layaway ass whoopings. It's like that's the dumbest thing that would happen. Like, they would sock you in the face. It's like, yo, what's that for? I know you're gonna do some shit.
You remember the last whooping? Because I always remember my last whooping when I looked at my mom and said, it's done. It don't hurt me. I looked back at it. Like, she was beating me and I just looked at her and said, it's over.
It's over for
the
you.
day has come. It don't hurt no more.
Did you smile when you said that? Because that would have made
That's that Thanos glove shit.
Because I was getting beat in my room, and it was with her hand too. She didn't have time to get in the, she was with her hand. I just looked, I said, it's done. Never got a beating after that.
How old were you?
That is fantastic.
How old
He was
was I?
17.
I think maybe 10, 11.
Damn, my last ass whooping 23, bro. I'm not even lying. 23 was my last whooping. It took me a while.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Because they mentally fucked me for so long.
Got you.
Because my dad's like 5'4". And he just, he would raise that fucking little 3-inch hand of his. And I'm like, But like my mom, because my mom was like the great equalizer in ass whoopings, because she would never hit me with her hand. She would find the object that would cause the most pain.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. This metal shoehorn, we still have it at the house. That shit is the shape. It's the shape of my head. Like it's like dented all over. She would beat the living fucking shit out of me. And we talk about it till this day because I talk to my mom a lot. I'm like, hey, why would you hit me so hard? Like, you could.
You didn't need to do that. Like
one was fine. The fucking 36 combo was the weird part.
The Street Fighter combo.
Yeah. So, I'll tell you this fucking funny story, man. Like, this used to be a part of like this old stand-up bit, but my brother at the time was my hero, right? Because he did this one moment where, and it only lasted for like 10 seconds, but my brother was in such defiance of my parents, and he was like a little asshole. But I was like maybe 8 or 9, and he was like 14 years old. He's sitting there, and there's this thing in Korean where they tell you "burokura," which means you get on your fucking knees. So when you ask for forgiveness, you're supposed to do it in the most humble way possible. You get on your knees. That's how it is in the Korean culture, or maybe in my household. I can't speak for all Korean.
Yeah.
So he's on his knees, and he's like this, like military style. And then my mom says "사과해," means apologize. He goes, no. She goes, apologize. No. She goes, you're not going to apologize? Walks away. I'm over here in the corner, just like watching everything. Like, oh shit! She's about to go down. And I'm watching this. I'm like, yeah, you stand up to that bitch. Fuck shit. I'm here just fucking. I got a bag of popcorn.
Oh yeah. You do that shit for us.
Yeah, it's for us. Damn.
He's your Captain America.
Yeah, and he's sitting there just gangster as fuck, right? And he's like, no, I'm not going to apologize. My mom goes back. She has like this it's this broom that lost the head, so it's just a fucking stick. And she's like ready. She's G. She's like, apologize. She goes, no. Right in his thighs, right across from it. This fool doesn't budge. Like a fucking G. He goes, no. She goes, yo, let me tell you something after that. I've never seen it. You ever seen a stick move so fast? It's just one blur.
Where it's just like
it's just this one flash. It just looks
like
this.
an anime cartoon.
That's exactly. It was like that. It was 3 seconds, but it was 86 hits to the leg. And then my brother goes, no. I'm like,
do that,
yeah.
No tears, no nothing.
Let me tell you what happened after though. He looks at, she goes, fine, just go to your room. She gave up. This fool stood up, his legs gave out. He started crawling to the room with his forearms because he couldn't use his legs. He was like, ah! I'm like, oh dog, you have my respect for 10 seconds.
Oh,
no, he still deserved it. He did it. He did it.
Because I know it goes quiet as soon as you hit that first hit, and then he don't move. No.
Yeah. I've never done that shit, dude. Like,
that's how it was when I told her it's over. She just walked out. I was like, yeah, man.
Damn, that's crazy. My parents just loved whooping us, dude. I think it was their hobby. Like, did you guys ever have a good cop, bad cop?
My dad was more like, of course, that's who we got the fear. When she said, I'm going to tell your dad, like, oh my goodness, come on, man, I'm sorry. But he was like the more lenient one. My mom was more like the worry warrior, the more strict one. So I would say he was the good cop. Yeah, he would allow me to do more things.
My parents were like fucking WWE tag team. These motherfuckers got it.
Off the top rope.
They were getting tired and shit because he was sweating from beating my ass so much.
That's hilarious.
And then they would pass because I remember I would specifically pray that I would get the belt versus the stick or anything else because the belt was fine. I was cool with the belt.
I could do the belt.
Yeah, the belt was whatever, dude. I just had to pretend. I would arch my back real quick just to show him it hurts.
That's how y'all become so good at stunts, goddamn.
I think I like even though mentally it was terrible. Like I'd rather have the later beating because I can prepare, put on more layers than a beating right on the spot.
So you rather be told in advance.
Yeah. Even though mentally you just worried because he's like when your dad get home. Now you know what time he get home. You hear his key come in the door. You scared.
You
but
in the room,
at least I got layers
on.
When it's just on the spot, it's what you got on. I didn't wear no shirts. I was in Miami. I never had a shirt on. I was just always in boxers. Terrible.
I remember my granddad. Me and my two cousins kept taking the cardboard box and sliding down the steps at my grandma's house.
The ultimate toy for kids.
And my grandma came around the corner and she was like, "You better stop for your granddad see you." I'm like, "Grandma, shut this shit up, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. We about to keep sliding." So we slid down this one time, and when we hit the bottom, my granddad was already right foot around the corner because I didn't know she went and told him. So he was right foot around the corner. So as soon as we hit the bottom, we seen him. It's my two cousins and then me. They were closer to him. So as soon as I seen him, soon as the cardboard hit the rug, my right foot hit the carpet and boom, around the corner. And he grabbed them and I...
Do y'all know what, I don't know if y'all watch track. You know what triple jump is?
Oh, yeah.
You ever seen triple jump? Can you pull up triple jump right quick? I want to give him a reference, but this is how Chaz got good at triple jump. So my grandma, this is in Georgia, she would make us go get a twitch off the tree. So that's some mental shit too. So you going to get the weapon that you about to be beat with.
Why is it called a twitch? Is
Switch.
that what
Switch.
Switch.
Sometimes she would say twitch or switch. She would say both. So
but why is
Twitch is a gaming system.
Yeah. So when I first saw it, when Twitch first came out, I thought about beating. I ain't never been. So I would go get the Switch, and I would try to get the smallest one or the one that I would smooth it out. So it wouldn't. I'm gonna show what triple jump is right quick.
You look like Mike.
Mike Mendez on the run.
So you gotta do different skips before you jump.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
my knees.
She would hate us running in her house and everything. So she would have a switch and be hitting us on our ankles when me and our cousin run by. And that's how Chaz got good.
That's hilarious.
And he started doing triple jump and it worked. I'm like, that's from all them beatings. Sometimes it works.
Boom, watch out, grandma.
As soon as you get hit, you start skipping and you run out.
Oh my God, that boy got a gift. But those whoopings really do teach you some shit.
They do.
When I was in junior high, I remember there was this dude. So I told the story a million times. I'm gonna shorten it up. I stabbed a kid when I was in 3rd grade, and so
nice.
Stab a kid.
Yeah, so I stabbed him in the face.
Fuck that kid.
Oh damn.
With like a pencil.
Gotcha.
But when we met each other in junior high, because I got expelled from that elementary school, which I didn't know you could
Makes
get expelled
sense.
from elementary
Right.
school. They're like, yo, get the fuck out of here. You're
Fucking
gonna be in the
pencil.
prison system. And so they sent me to another elementary school because shit wasn't working out. And I went to, when we met up in junior high, this kid still remembered me, of course, because I stabbed him in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Well, this guy decided one day that he was gonna jump me, right, with his homies. Now, I have been consistently getting my ass beat since I was like a fetus. So I've just been getting whoopings by adults. And he tried to jump me at the bus stop. I remember he socked me in my face and it felt like a baby dap. And I'm like, bro, I just got hit with a bat yesterday. That does nothing. Like, literally, I remember the look in his face when he socked me and I just went, he was like, oh shit, this motherfucker hasn't changed.
Look, you know where you got that from, right? Your brother.
Look,
That was your moment.
David hit him with that bane. He said, "You was adapted by the dark. I was born in it.
I was molded by it."
This dude ran into the bus, went all the way to the back, and started talking shit through like 5 people.
That's funny.
Because he didn't want to get his ass beat. He's like, yo, this motherfucker has seen shit.
That's on some Vegeta type shit. Right there. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he hits and find out nothing happened, it can't be. David Soul. It can't be.
It was like, dog, I stabbed you when I was 8. What the fuck you think I'm gonna do when I'm fucking 12, bro?
He has a pencil again.
I got a fucking mechanical pencil
This
now.
guy he was white, wasn't he?
No, he was a black boy.
Really?
Because our school was all black and Asian. That's it.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm about to say only a white man can drive you to stab him in the face.
This shit was a fucking
Put you up that
accident. It was I didn't mean to stab him. Though.
Yeah.
It was like one of those things where they were throwing spitballs in class, right? And I wasn't that much of a troublemaker, but while the teacher's back was turned, somebody threw a fat spitball at his temples. But of course, I'm over here cracking up. So he looks at me, is like, "Oh, this motherfucker did it." But I'm just laughing my ass off because it's funny. And he shoves me out of my fucking seat, and I'm doing my homework and my math and shit. So I already had a pencil in my hand. And when you're a kid, you don't really throw fists. You throw hammer fists only. So I was throwing hammer fists at this motherfucker, and then a pencil stuck in his face. And then I remember it pulled out. There was blood everywhere. The teacher starts screaming, and like, it's mayhem. I just remember people were screaming and crying because there's blood coming out this kid's face. I'm holding the murder weapon. I'm fucking.
So this not a mechanical pencil.
No, this is like the number 2, the yellow, the Ticonderoga.
Oh yeah.
Shit. Stabbed him in the face. I had the murder weapon. I passed it off to a little white girl. I'm like, take this. Yo, hold this for me real quick.
Yeah, hold it.
Yeah, she's like, what's this? Don't worry, we're best friends. But after I did that, I remember like the vice principal comes in. And he's like asking me, what the hell's happening? He goes, what did you do? And I was like, I just pinched him. I swear to God. Even though there's a hole and a pencil in his face,
That's funny.
That's fucking funny.
Before I want to talk about this lottery situation, David, you've hung around black people, so you should know how we do when we get money. So
squander it. Let's go.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of this money because we don't need it.
But this one was just terrible. As soon as I read it, I was like, I got it.
So basically, all right, Michigan man wins $30K in lottery, buys $20K gold chain, gets robbed. So basically, according to this Detroit.com website, the man said he won $30,000 playing the lottery, bought a $20,000 gold chain, then had his jewelry stolen at a gas station on Detroit's west side.
Yeah, he didn't have insurance on it, I bet.
You know he ain't got no insurance on that damn chain.
No, I just bought this baby cash.
And the thing about the dude that robbed him, they had footage of him robbing somebody else. Like, they go to this gas station to rob people. They scope people out and they rob them. So he was just at the counter and they snatched the chain.
Yeah.
No. He went outside. When he got close to his car, they ran up and he tried to run back inside and they beating him up right in the doorway and then took his chain.
Took the chain. 20,000 gone. Out your 30,000 lottery.
That's crazy. Like,
it's like,
man.
It's like the circle of life. you get some money, you buy it, it gets taken from you.
What the fuck was he think was gonna happen? He lives there. He lives in Detroit.
You know this atmosphere. Like you've been here before.
And see, you know that feeling of when you just know you made a mistake. I remember this was a long time ago. This is, I guess we just got here or something. But Rome, and I think it was just me, you, and somebody else. We went to go get cash. We got a check. We got some cash. We all split it up. We all probably got a couple $100 a piece for this, right?
Split a stack.
We all have it in these envelopes. Rome says he needs to stop at the grocery store real quick. We go through the grocery store.
Yep.
We come out, and he says, have any of y'all seen?
Immediately panic. Because, we fresh in L.A. I got about $250 in my pocket. I'm like...
This man, the whole thing, I'm like, Rome, tell me you didn't just lose the goddamn money. And he's looking around. He's like, hold on. He goes back into the grocery store, starts going up and down the aisles. I'm like, man, that shit is gone, bro.
Got back to the apartment.
This man sat out on the balcony.
I was on the
for
balcony.
20 minutes.
I was on the balcony. David, I'm on the balcony.
He's sitting in the chair, and I remember it being like a picture because the sun was setting, and I just see Rome sitting in his hand.
I'm on the balcony. The thoughts going through I'm on the balcony like, I want to fucking go home, dog. I don't want to be here no more.
He was about to give up on Cali over like that $300.
Hey, we gotta write a show together, bro.
Oh
This is
my
gonna
God,
be the funniest
we would be
thing.
that'd be hilarious.
I was so upset, dog. I'm like, why this so fucking stupid? Why I mean losing shit? Why people want to steal money from other people, man? Come on, man.
I just remember him just gazing on.
I went back in the room. I cried and shit. I mean, I'm mad.
But we ended up giving you money out of our money.
Yeah. But still, I was so
I
fucking
wasn't
mad.
giving you shit.
I was thinking about it. It's too funny,
Balcony
but
depression is the worst, bro. That's when you're thinking like, should I jump off too, or like, what the fuck I gotta do right now?
that
Oh,
feeling
man.
though,
That
I know
feeling-
exactly
trash.
what that. Oh my god,
That feeling is trash.
I had in pandemic, I got into biking.
Okay, yeah.
Because I fucked
Oh,
up
I
my
think I
knee.
saw that on your
Because I couldn't kickbox because my
Mm-hmm.
knee got all fucked up. Like I tore my meniscus. So
During kickboxing.
Jiu-jitsu.
I know what that feels like. I've torn my meniscus too.
Bro, this shit hurts so bad. I had to get surgery, but I ain't trying to do that.
I've had the surgery. Do the physical therapy.
Yeah.
Finish it, or you'll have problems.
So I just recently got like 80% of the motion back because I
Gotcha.
started doing physical therapy. Because before you just ignore that shit as a kid, you're like, that shit's for pussies, bro.
Yeah.
But it actually, you should stretch. But I got my fucking bike jacked. Like in the first month that I had it, I'm still looking for that bike till this day. It's been a year and a half.
Was that an expensive bike too?
It was. I mean, I got it for a bike. It's not that expensive, but it was like I got it for like $1,000.
Okay, gee,
right?
yeah.
But $1,000 is a lot of money. I don't give a
It's
fuck
a lot
what
of money. It's a lot of money. But for a bike,
that shit was brewing inside me forever, and I'm still pissed about it. I go on Facebook Marketplace till this day to find the motherfucker that stole it, because I'm gonna catch that dude.
Yeah.
Because it's a very specific bike, because it's an older bike,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
bright blue as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find that motherfucker.
It's a wrap for him.
and I'm gonna break his legs, bro.
Bro,
Here's the funny thing. I've never had my bike stolen as a kid, but I had it stolen as an adult.
Exactly.
And it wasn't by me. It was, when I let him ride it, he
mother-
got it stolen. My
Yo,
bike
what?
stolen.
Yep.
At
I got
7-Eleven.
both. I got 2 bikes stolen. My bike, and then I asked to borrow his. It got stolen.
Dude, wait. So when you like park the bike, do you just put a sign free, or like what was going
I
on,
might as
bro?
well have, because it was one day I just stopped. I was riding the bike. I stopped at 7-Eleven, pick up some water. I was being dumb. I just put the bike on the outside real quick. 'Cause I'm like, I could look at it. I could see it right there.
7-Eleven, bro. Come on.
I know, man.
7-Eleven.
Parked it right there. I come out. I just see some white couple pulling up in the car slow and hey, did you have a bike? Because some dude just took off that. I was like, fuck, man.
Then he calls me. He said, "Hey, man."
The worst call ever.
he called it. I know he probably was nervous. He like, "Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Someone stole your bike." I bust out laughing. I said, "It's the funniest shit to me." I'm
That is
I'm
funny.
a grown man,
That's
and my
funny.
bike has just been stolen. Not even as a kid.
Yeah.
I had plenty of bikes as a kid,
See,
never stolen.
The worst thing about getting your bike stolen is that you can't bike back home.
You can't be You got
You
to walk.
understand? You gotta walk. You gotta deal with this shit as you walk in. Like, how the fuck did I let this happen now?
Oh yeah,
Like,
I didn't go pick him up either. I let him walk.
I
He had to
walked
walk.
back
And
both
then you
sides.
got it stolen at Rouse. It's almost like as if that guy seen him
knows
again,
you.
and he said, "This asshole really think I'm not gonna take this
time
bike
I parked
again."
it, I said, I told the Ralph's the people that work there,
Yeah.
yo, can I leave this inside?
Yeah.
I want to put it right here in this corner. Nobody touch it. Shit got stolen.
Can I ask you something? But how come you just didn't get a bike lock from the first time?
I did eventually. God damn, David,
don't be
make me
logical,
look that
David.
stupid.
You know, black people win the lotto and buy 20
You just hear the lotto story? What the fuck are you talking about right now? Well, because my shit got stolen in the stupidest way possible. Because, hey, you know, I'm not bad. I did the same thing. Hold on a second. Hey, never mind. Hey, so story over, right, guys?
You forgot your black roots.
I went inside that house. So we were at the apartment, and then I was gonna go bike. I put it against, so it's a driveway this way, and there's a brick wall. I left it on the brick wall to get a glass of water. I came back, and I'm over here judging the fuck out of this guy, and it literally happened to
It
me.
feels
Yo,
so
shit, my
secure
bad.
because you just like, it'd be
Well, it's like,
real quick.
who the fuck is gonna steal a bike in 10 seconds?
Right.
Yo, I'm talking
Like,
about
I feel
gone.
like the
That
time
means
that
they
it
watching.
takes to notice the
Because
bike.
you ain't gonna do that if you didn't see the person.
Yeah,
you
you
gotta
gotta
know
see the
who bike it.
person.
Oh, I see him go inside. Okay, this is my opportunity. I
Yeah.
can't steal a bike that. Where's this person at?
Yeah,
So they
they-
was watching,
Bro.
both of y'all.
But I thought I saw my bike, your bike, last week. Somewhere
I'm
around here.
over it now. I'm over
I
it
thought
now.
I saw it, but
It's
it's
theirs.
different. Like they kind of painted it and fucked it up a little bit. But I'm like, that's that nigga's bike. I was thinking about stealing that bike back. I'm not
I
gonna
thought
lie.
in Miami too. It was all white, and I had the nice seat
It was
on
nice.
it. Yeah,
No,
it was nice.
I felt super bad because I was so determined to get that bike back. I started thinking of like crazy scenarios. I'm like, how much you want to bet it's one of my neighbors that stole that shit? And they're the nicest people ever.
Yeah.
It's like a 50-year-old Japanese woman.
Oh my god.
And I just started having
What she need
conversations
with
with
a
her,
bike?
and I'm like, hey, like, so did you see my bike? I'm like sweating her ass.
You
I'm
like, hey, what type of like activities you do, like fitness wise? Like you.
I was like, yo, I like those bike shorts you got on. She goes, I don't have bike shorts. Yeah, I bet you do.
You saw it. Just put it. So yeah, if you see it,
I just started gripping her shoulders. Hey,
That's funny.
I do want to bring this up, bro. Like, I gotta bring this up just because Rome, you're here, and we gotta talk about that fucking MTV show that we did.
Yo.
what happened?
Yo.
Maybe we talk about when we go on his podcast.
That-
we go on
that-
his podcast. We
yeah,
talk
we might
about
have
it.
to, but I know it.
Hey, it was the best show I've ever done.
I got it here.
Phenomenal. Real quick, also, I just want to say the Migos album came out. I listened to the album. It got a couple of cool joints, but the freestyle that they did, Cam showed me his freestyle that they did.
I saw on the radio.
LA Leakers.
That was better than the album.
Fire. Yeah.
That was better than
I didn't even know there was an album out. I
Yes,
just saw the
But did
freestyle.
y'all hear Soulja Boy's freestyle?
You talking about the Rick one?
Yeah.
That's just
Bro.
so fire to me for Soulja Boy. It's such a bop.
A new one?
Yeah,
I
the
didn't
Rick
know
and
you could rap
Morty.
like that.
He was playing, I think he was
Play
playing
for
Rick
it,
and
play
Morty
for it.
on Twitch.
Okay.
That shit was good.
And then he just started
was good.
freestyle because Rick was like dancing on the Twitch.
Rick and Morty got a video game?
I-
You about to go in for Soulja.
Ricky Morty walked in the club, it's just me and my shorty. Gripping on my 2 young, gripping on my 40. Shooting with that 3, yeah, you know I'm very sporty. Ballin' like a sport, dunking on the court. Got this badass bitch, yeah, she going to New York. Dropping off the top on a brand new Porsche. Yeah, the roof got divorced. Ricky Morty.
Rick and Morty.
It was a nice little bop. It was a nice little
Okay,
bop.
Soulja.
Yeah, but the Migos freestyle, I was like, oh, they rapping on here.
was in
Like,
their pocket.
I was like, I like this. I like I was like, this better than the album right here. And I still got to listen to the last 3 tracks, but it's kind of the same.
I didn't even
stuff.
know Migos was like 3 people for the longest time.
Yeah.
Because they all look exactly the same.
They rap
Like-
exactly the same.
like superheroes.
And one is the uncle, one is the nephew,
Yeah.
and one is the cousin.
Get the fuck out
It's
of here.
a family business.
It's
Yeah.
family.
Fucking Jackson 3 over here.
Jackson 3.
That shit's
I think Quavo is Takeoff's uncle.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
Then,
Offset's the cousin.
Offset's the cousin.
That's funny.
Yeah.
These are actual people's names and shit.
You're right. Talking
Quavo
about like
take off.
superheroes or some shit.
Take off Quavo and the
So funny
cousin.
as
Did you hear
shit.
that fucking the J. Cole LA Leakers one though?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that was
he was
hard. That was
going
hard.
in.
That shit was
That was hard.
crazy, man.
Who do you have a favorite musician out right now, or are you just kind of listening to
Right now, it's hard to say. But I haven't actually been listening to a lot of music
Gotcha.
lately.
Like,
Been
I'm
you
the
been doing
same
more
way, man.
podcasts?
podcast.
Yeah,
I listen
yeah.
to your guys' podcast,
Yeah.
all the homies' podcasts, and
God
like music
bless.
has been on the sideburn for some reason.
Gotcha.
I don't know why.
I mean, yeah, well, but podcasts be good though. Those shits be good.
I feel like that's
I
an
like
age
listening
thing.
to people talk more than I do music.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I just
we getting
rather
old,
listen
that's
to a
why.
podcast.
So we getting,
Yeah, man.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
we just boil it
That's
down.
the 30s.
That-
The
Yeah,
mid
I guess
30s.
so.
I'm still listening to music.
Mike, ain't nobody
How old
answering.
are you?
Turn your
I'm
mic
28.
off.
28?
See, you're not following directions. We said mic off for you. You said 28. When your birthday?
December.
Hey y'all, please get them donations in now because
because we're not getting them nothing. So we just gotta make sure we paying them.
But also, I seen this morning. This says Alabama. I don't want to be stereotypical here, but it starts off with Alabama. Alabama mother and daughter enjoy watching each other's sex tape. I want y'all to listen to them talk real quick. Just
I'm Rakia. I'm 26 years
Rakia.
old, and we live in Jacksonville, Alabama.
Oh, they black.
We do everything together. Yeah. I mean, everything. Watch a movie together. Cool. Together. Twerk. Go off. Go crazy. Show up. I couldn't imagine my life without my mom being in it. It would ruin me. I wouldn't know what to do, how to function. I've had people say that we're too close.
they feed each
You
other.
have to spread it open a little.
She waxing
My
her.
mother and I have been waxing each other for quite some
I'll
time
be trying to have a
now.
threesome with them.
I showed her my first sex tape about 2 years ago.
That's the mom.
I showed her my first sex tape maybe a year ago. what kind of positions do you think I should do, or what do you think we should do? And shit.
You know,
Oh my.
you know, I'm be honest with you.
Yeah, that's
Like,
weird, but-
if before that, I would have been, oh, mom and dad should make me fucking. But
Yeah.
hearing it,
It's
something makes it feel uncomfortable.
It feel
about,
creepy.
You know, I don't
For
know.
them, yeah, but not for the guy.
I mean,
entering.
Do they look good?
Yeah,
They look cute. They
decent.
cute. They cute. Yeah, they
You
cute.
want to have threesome?
All right, I thought there was some big O's.
It ain't what you would think they was gonna look like.
It's not.
Oh,
let me see.
He got them old hands always. You know, when you hand him a phone, he accidentally press something on.
my bad, son. My bad.
Them old hands.
Fix the phone for me.
Yo, that is old hands, bro. That is old hands.
Your parents shit, they always knock. Like, what you be doing? You don't grab it by the screen.
Yo,
Old
how
hands.
old is that?
Yeah, they.
Old ass hands.
That's the old ass head. Yo, that's the biggest sign of age right there. Motherfucker, pass the...
You think he got them old hands?
Oh.
Them shits look like melted Snickers bars. They just wipe across everything.
Just ashy and just hard as fuck.
That's funny.
Oh my god.
You got them old hands. It's like, yo, how'd you get into my iPhone notes? Yo, I showed you a picture. How you get into my fucking notes, bro? Oh, fuck, my side.
Oh my god.
And Emmanuel was so scared. He said, "Oh my bad."
Dog. Old ass hands for the win, dog.
That's funny. That's funny.
That's it, man.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't
Hey, can I just read this title real quick, dog?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's just the title to this. It says that NBC's Ultimate Slip and Slide halts production after explosive diarrhea outbreak on set.
Wait.
Just want to let y'all know that.
After explosive diarrhea.
Explosive diarrhea outbreak. About 100 people got shitty ass.
No, that's terrible.
Yo, this motherfucker gotta stop laughing.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Y'all gotta chill, man.
Somewhere they can find you, dude.
I'm not at oldashands.com.
Oldashands.com. Every time you go to it, you end up going to your notes app.
Oh my god. Yo, motherfucker almost got me saying the N-word.
Oh man.
That's one of them healthy laughs.
I got
Hey, bro.
AC. I'm hot now.
Yeah.
David sweating.
Sweating too, bro.
Oh man.
Hey, David, man, you the best, bro.
Yeah.
Always.
This has been
always,
phenomenal.
always.
Phenomenal.
Great podcast.
Yeah, just tell them where they can find you, bro.
You
And
can find me at the Genius Brain Podcast, David So Comedy, everything else.
Let's do it.
yeah, man. You guys will see David on here plenty more. He's always coming back. He's the guest is always coming back forever.
If you want him as a doctor one more time on our shows, please vote
we
now.
got to write a show together now.
Right.
It's done. Is it this your second or third time? I think this your third.
Maybe
no,
third time.
yeah, I think it's your third time. I think it's your third time on here. Hey man, thank you once again for watching another episode of the Comedy Trap House. Remember, CTH Podcast is the Cash App.
Almost.
So, CTH Podcast.
You got that old tongue.
I got CTH Podcast.
That podcast.
CTH Podcast is the Cash App that you go to. Remember to rate, review, subscribe, like, all that good stuff, man. David, once again, a pleasure, brother. Use your lawnmower for your slick hair.
If we start that OnlyFans, we'll let you know.
I'm gonna subscribe. I'll watch it.
All right, y'all. Until next week, peace.